Water pollution has been a big issue for a very long time, and today it is more evident than ever. There are two main types of pollutants, agricultural and industrial. Agricultural pollutants consist of pesticides and fertilizers and end up in water through runoff, stormwater, and erosion. Industrial pollutants mainly consist of waste from companies that are dumped into large bodies of water. These tend to be extremely toxic and contain large amounts of synthetic and non-biodegradable chemicals. These chemicals reach us and contaminate entire ecosystems through biomagnification and bioaccumulation. Heavy metals are also a big part of water pollution. Small amounts of metals is healthy for the human body, but large amounts can be very detrimental. Heavy metals include copper, lead, cadmium, mercury, and arsenic. If there is a heavy intake of these metals, it can cause cancer, severe nervous and organ system damage, as well as other health issues. These chemicals and metals also accumulate in ecosystems that slowly kill organisms, causing a decrease in biodiversity. These metals and toxins also accumulate in the environment by causing corrosion or pollute catalysts. Our experiment will test for two types of heavy metals in HKS drinking in tap water, lead and copper.
In this experiment, we tested for copper first. We did this by adding sodium sulfate to two samples of water from HKS, one from the drinking fountains and the other from the regular taps. If the sodium sulfate is added to water containing copper, it would undergo a single replacement reaction, creating the products copper-2 sulfate and sodium. Copper-2 sulfate is a blue-like gel precipitate, and the formation of this would indicate the presence of copper in the water. In our experiment, we demonstrated the formation of this precipitate by adding sodium sulfate to copper chloride, which in a double replacement reaction formed the precipitate copper-2 sulfate and the aqueous sodium chloride. In this experiment, the formation of copper-2 sulfate did not occur in either the tap water or the drinking water, demonstrating that there was no presence of copper in either one. We next tested two different samples of water obtained from the same places for the presence of lead. We did this by adding sodium chloride to the samples of water. If there had been lead in the water that the sodium chloride solution is added to, the sodium chloride would react with the lead in a single replacement reaction, creating the products of lead chloride and sodium. Lead chloride is insoluble and forms a white powder precipitate. The formation of this precipitate would be the indication that the water contains lead. We demonstrated the formation of this precipitate by adding sodium chloride to lead nitrate. These two solutions underwent a double replacement reaction, forming the soluble sodium nitrate and the insoluble lead chloride. This precipitate did not form when added to either the tap water or the drinking water. These results demonstrate that there was also no presence of lead in the water at HKS.